Welcome to First Takes, where we talk and sometimes complain about filmmaking. Hope you enjoy the ride and don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. This one's a tough one to review. I'm one of those longtime fans who fell in love with The Last of Us games. I'm not a gamer, far from it. I used to be into Pokemon only. Yeah, I know, totally off topic. But these freaking games, they became my pandemic treasure. I remember staying up until the early morning hours playing The Last of Us Part 1 non-stop. The second one, it was harder to manage. I had to work. So I did the most responsible thing ever. I played while I worked. I honestly don't know how I didn't get fired. But hey, I did it. Finished both games in about 20 days like a total maniac, and I cherish that memory. When the series was announced, I felt the same mix of excitement and fear that I'm sure many fans did. Like, okay, Pedro Pascal doesn't look like Joel, Bella Ramsey probably doesn't look like Ellie either. These became one of HBO or Max most talked about shows since Game of Thrones, and that's a lot. As with everything in this franchise, Joel's death stirred up even more controversy. I mean, come on, we're talking about one of the most gut-wrenching sequences in gaming and now on screen. But still, most debates focus on how the characters are portrayed. So here we go. The Last of Us deserves many videos on this channel, so let's kick things off with this one, our first take. Everyone who watches the series says the same things. Oh, that's not my Joel. That is definitely not my Ellie. She should be smarter. Abby better be more jacked. And the list goes on and on. Some may agree with those takes. Others defend the actors and the creative decisions, and honestly, probably all is valid, except when it turns into hate or harassment. People need to respect this insanely demanding profession and just chill, for real. But now, for our take. Telling this story was always going to be hard. Expectations were huge for the Seattle storyline, since so many of the gamer's best action moments happened there. Ellie becomes a total badass. She even crafts a silencer for her gun to take on the wolves, driven purely by vengeance. I didn't feel those emotions as strongly in the show. After Joel's death, everything started setting up, but it felt like something was missing. More violence, maybe, even a bit of absurdity. But you know what? How do you show it? It's different when you're the one controlling Ellie, killing monsters, people, even dogs. Translating all of this into a TV show, one that's trying to say something deeper, is not easy. If you go too far, people say, why is she acting like a one-woman army? If you don't go far enough, the game was better. And you know what? Of course the game is better. You live as Ellie for hours. The TV show just doesn't have the same tools to make you feel that. Even hiring perfect lookalikes won't change the core issue. A game will never feel like a movie. So, to sum up, the season finale felt a little underwhelming, but I'm at peace with that. It is what it is. Honestly, props to the actors and the entire team behind this story. Neil Druckmann, no hard feelings, truly. He's great. My gut says that season 3 will hit harder. Hopefully we'll get to see the Red King in all of its glory and fully explore Abby's arc. I think Caitlin Dever will crush it. He has done it, and I think she will do even better things from now on. What really matters now is how they'll wrap up this story. There are complicated things like in timeline issues. At the end of the game, Ellie's much older. There's a baby involved. Technically, you don't tell too much in the game. It's just like pure violence until you reach like the last confrontation. I don't know how they will handle this. It's a very complicated thing to handle, and I think they will need to tell more story because the game just is the game. And maybe that's what you should cherish. The series does a lot of good storytelling. The first season did it, and this one is doing it, although yeah, it can be a little bit better, but that's enough. I mean, not everything needs to be like a golden mine. Sometimes the rhythm just slows down, things don't get better, then they can improve a lot. You never know. Either way, I'll keep watching it and see what happens. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and keep enjoying movies and series with us.